Hello, Triple L's. We are ready for Science Wednesday, March 25th. We have our science books out and we are turned to page 204. And today we're going to read 204 to 207. We are talking about stresses in an ecosystem. The definition of stress here is any physical hazard to life caused by having too much or too little of things needed for life. And if you think about when we use the word stress, like I have so much stress or this is stressing me out, does it apply a little bit to that definition too? When I have too much or too little of something, I really think it does. Now, there's a little bit different when we use the word. No, it's not the same as what we're talking about in a stress on an environment, and it may help you to think about it in a completely different way. Say this is a different word meaning something else for the environment. But I do think it helps us look at our stresses in a different way. When we, like many of us, may be stressed out right now because what do we have too much of? Staying at home, okay, or too much worry, or too much fear, um, not enough um, interaction with our peers and the people that we miss. So I think it can be applied to people, although it is meaning something different. And just like with people, in stresses in an ecosystem, we see many benefits for those. It's not just here's a problem that it has to get over. Many times there is a benefit to that stress on the ecosystem, that it may produce more growth later, clean out the dead things that were there. There's many things that stresses do for an environment. Now think about our own life. God promises to use everything we go to for our good. If we are His people, then He is using even this, even us stuck inside, not being able to go to school. God is using this for our benefit. The Bible talks about God being a potter and using us and molding us as clay. So it's very similar. He's using all of these experiences in our life to make us who He wants us to be. So just like these stresses in the ecosystem um, are beneficial to them in many ways, so are the stresses and different problems that we go through. Um, really, all of life is the same. What we study in science is nature, and God created it. And so when we see mirrors in our own lives, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised because that's the way God created it. He created us, He created everything around us. There's going to be so many similarities that we're going to see. Oh, this is just like in nature. This is just like, well, yeah, that's the way God created it. Exactly. So you're going to read about 3 specific stresses on an environment: fire, flood, and drought. So again, too much or too little of something. And then we're going to talk about something that happens many times because of these changes. And the word is secession. Secession. Secession is the gradual changes in the population of organisms in an ecosystem. Okay, so as you're going to see this picture in your book, as the environment changes, it goes from one thing to another. That's called secession. So today I want you to read those 3 pages. You can do some sketching of it too if you'd like to draw maybe what it might look like in the middle or after a flood or a fire. That might be kind of an interesting one to draw. Start with the trees and then draw it as you could do some before and afters. Remember I told you I'm going to be talking about drawing a lot this week. I need to get on the ball though. I haven't done as much as I wanted to. Draw Look at the picture on 207 and draw your own type of secession as you would see one environment changing to be another one. Okay, so today after your reading, I want you to answer the questions on page 139. It's the study guide, so this is going to be your good review of what you read and make sure that you are understanding what you read. Several of those are kind of short answer questions. So I want you to look at those well and be sure that you can answer those. And then just in your comment to this video, say, I saw it. I'm getting my work done. You're encouraging me. I know you're doing a great job, and I'm proud of you. Go on to the next thing.